Greetings. Welcome to another episode of Soundtrack for a Film Without Pictures. This is episode 8 in the hero's journey. This is The Ordeal, track called The Ordeal, and very appropriate for today. I don't normally do this, but I'm going to read something. Okay, so before I tell you about who's on this track and what it's about, I just want to read something about The Ordeal and the hero's journey. So The Ordeal is stage 8 of 12 in the hero's journey, which is based on Joseph Campbell's monomyth, as I've told you guys before. So The Ordeal is the central high-stakes midpoint crisis in the hero's journey, where the protagonist confronts their greatest fear or a deadly foe in the innermost cave. This false climax often brings the hero to the brink of death, physically or metaphorically, forcing a profound personal transformation or rebirth necessary to ultimately succeed. So, I think that's very appropriate for what's going on in the world. And, of course, I didn't plan it that way. I made this record several years ago now. But I think today, this song I'm presenting this as a soundtrack to the general strike that's going on today. I saw a bunch of kids out on the street, leaving school, with signs, anti-ICE, anti-Trump signs. So I don't want to get too political here, but at the same time, I do. So hopefully you're all doing your part. And this song, hopefully, this is supposed to be a meditative process where we listen to music together and we just spin vinyl and chill out. Take a little break from everything else, like a meditation. So hopefully this will bring you some peace and hope. All right, so this track, once again, well, you know what? Let's spin the track, and at the end, we'll talk about who's on it and how we went ahead and did it, okay? All right, so here we go. Track number 8, The Ordeal, from Soundtrack for a Film Without Pictures. And hopefully you'll be here after it's over. And thanks for listening. Here we go. Dropping the needle. Yeah, man. Once again, I am overwhelmed with a sense of gratitude, right? Just gratitude when I listen to that. I mean, you know, I've listened to it a million times, right? Because I mixed it, right? I produced it, mixed it, the whole thing. So, and I still, when I listen to it, I'm just moved, like just the musicians involved and the sincerity and depth that they bring to it is just gratitude. That's all I can say. So on this track, we have my friend Idris Ackamoor, legendary Idris Ackamoor from the Pyramids. And if you're not hip to it, his whole catalog is amazing. So I would just do a deep dive into Idris's stuff on saxophone. Um, uh, Derrek Phillips, my comrade Derrek Phillips, one of my favorite pockets. Um, Oakland cat that now lives in Nashville, playing drums. And I've used Derrek, I can't tell you how many times, and I will continue to because, like I said, I mean, the first time I ever played with Derrek, within seconds, um, just the connection, man. And I think it's an Oakland thing. There's a pocket that comes from Oakland that is unlike any place else. But anyway, Tony Price, speaking of the Bay Area, Tony Price, rest in peace, playing percussion, a legendary citizen of the mission. Um, Also played with Idris as well. And Tony, just delivered some beautiful stuff, man. Less is more on stereophonic rhythm guitars. Less is more. And myself playing bass. Yeah. And just a little side note there. Originally, this song was released as Song for Mongo. And reason being is because Idris quotes Afro Blue, Mongo Santa Maria's Afro Blue, kind of via Coltrane. And so that was the original name. But then when I was putting this record together, I felt that it fit the ordeal, the progression in the story. So that's the deal, man. That's the whole deal about this track. I hope you dug it. Once again, I hope you're resisting and feeling hope, optimism, power, and I love and appreciate all of you, and I thank you for listening, and I'll see you next week. All right.